Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a Transmog set. I wouldn't be upset, like, because we're so used to stuff on the Mogstation, but, like, on the Mogstation, it's like 30 bucks usually max, right? This is $77.94 with the WoW time and the I think it's a token and the set. And Sprite Darter's Wings. Enchant your friends and beguile your foes with this 8-piece of transmogrification set inspired by the Fey Drakes of Azeroth. And for a limited time, you can get this appearance with the purchase of a 6-month subscription. Offer available through December 13th, 2020. Yeah, but still, it's $20 normally. It's not even good looking. It's ugly. Even so, it's ugly. And it's usually 90 bucks. Yeah, $20 for the set only. But it's not worth $20 in my opinion. It's ugly. He's actually really upset about it.
$70? $70 fucking dollars? Are you kidding me?
Still, and I know he.
Are you kidding me? Like, enchant your friends and beguile your foes with this 8-piece transmogrification set inspired by the Fey Drakes of Azeroth, and for a limited time you can get the appearance of the purchase. Dude, they fucking waited to release this whenever I was on stream, man. They're fucking with me, I know it. What the $70? $70 fucking dollars.
It's with the sub though. He didn't read it, like, I read it the same way that he read it initially. Like, with the sub, yeah, sure, whatever, but, like, and it's featured because of that, but, like, it's ugly. It's ugly. And hey, Boulder, but yeah, like, do you ever wonder, though? Because, like, I feel like a GM is always watching his stream because he always tries to like break the game and get into areas that he's not supposed to and whatnot, just like Rextra. But I feel like there's always someone watching his stream. So like, I absolutely think that they would literally release this for when he's streaming. I actually like some gear in WoW, but this is really ugly. I don't even know what they're trying to do with this. It does. It looks like Titania ripoff. Yeah, I wouldn't wear this. Even if someone gifted it to me, I would appreciate the gift more than anything, but jeez. But that's what I'm saying too. This is the first Transmog set that's been on the cash shop. Whereas in 14, we have stuff on the Mogstation that we can get that's, you know, all, you know, just aesthetic items for, or like the potions and everything. And so like the Mogstation's never really mattered to me. The only thing that I don't like is when things are pay to win. So this wouldn't be an issue for me being on the cash shop either, because it's not a pay to win thing, but it is so butt ugly. It's so ugly.
They're selling transmogs on the fucking auction.
Ugh! That's the ugliest thing. Look at the shoes!
I don't like this.
It looks better. Yeah,
when you start selling cosmetic appearances and cosmetic stuff, it devalues what's in the game. Like, I think this is stupid. Like, yeah, it's like, you're just devaluing what's in the game if you just sell the shit.
Yeah.
Like, this could be like a cool quest or something that players could work towards, but instead of that, they just like put it in the game for money. Like, this could actually be like a cool like Dark Moon Fair quest line where you get like each item or something like that. They sell them.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's a really good point. But see, what I usually like is, especially with a lot of stuff on the Mogstation for 14, like you have all of the items, or a lot of the items normally are from events and such that you could do events for, and then like a couple of years later they put them on the Mogstation, so like if you missed the event you could get this item, which is a really good way to do it. Not all of the items are that way, so don't take what I'm saying in that way, but it is a neat thing for that. And a lot of stuff usually is also recolors. But for WoW, a lot of really cool mounts and minions they've put on the store, and they're overpriced. So like, let's say for the minion that we did for the minion giveaway in 14 on Monday, for the subathon, once we hit that incentive, was it was like $7. So like the minions were between like $5 and like $10. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe there are any minions that are more than $10. But on the cash shop for Blizzard, the minions, well, the pets, just the name difference there, are like $15 minimum usually. Unless there's a deal going on or there's a pet that isn't that popular, and so that pet will be like $10. But it's usually like $15 minimum. Like I've seen pets on the cash shop for like $25 for a pet. Like I know that you can like battle them in WoW, but like that's a lot. Or like the mounts. Like some of the mounts, I think there was a mount that was like $50 if I'm not mistaken. So like the big mount for 14 is the Chocobo carriage, right? And that's 35, and that's a big deal, you know? But let me see if I can find the mounts. Hang on one second. For WoW. The pets and mounts, and we'll look at this together. Hold on. Subscriptions, mounts. Yeah, so mounts are $30, $25. It's an average of between $25 and $30 for the mounts. Where are the pets? Okay, so yeah, like here. So the pets are $10 minimum, and there are pets that are $15. And they also have toys on the Blizzard shop. Toys. Fireworks and a beacon for $10. And now they have the Transmog for $20. That's really ugly. They literally have... what? Lion's Pride and Horde's Might fireworks. $10. $10! Why? Yeah, you're right. You're right, golfer. But those specific things, they feature a specific pet. So like on the launcher, they'll say this pet is going toward this relief, or this certain thing is going toward this relief. None of these are going toward anything right now. It's literally just fireworks, a beacon, pets. Pets are $10 min. Mounts are $25 min, which I guess the mounts aren't as bad as I thought. But at the same time, a lot of them are a lot cooler than things that you would see in game, which is really irritating.
Themselves short. This fucking garbage microtransaction bullshit.
So I can see where he's coming from, and I can
months?
see why he's upset, is what I'm saying.
No, they do that as a way for like the dumb people to rationalize buying it. That's why.
Yeah.
They do it for 6 months, but then you have to buy it in the store afterwards. Like, it's a way that they can do that and have dumb people defend them. That's all. That's the only reason that they do it like that. Because you have people that are like, oh, well, if you buy it, you get the thing for free. Yeah, well then after it's still not in the game, number one. Number two, if you want to get the Dreadwake, for example, you have to spend money on it now.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spend money on it. Like, this is just a way that they can add it into the store to make people complain about it less, because some people, for some reason, think that's okay. Or you can buy it for $20 without the sub. Let me see. Yeah, you're right.
But still. Wow. Regardless, it doesn't matter if it's on there for $20 already. What the thing is that the featured thing is going to go away. Like, people think that the featured thing is such a good deal to get this for free. Like, yeah, you're saving 20 bucks, but it's ugly. And that's going to go away. And then it's like 6 months of game time for, like, yeah, it kind of matches up for, like, pre-patch. So people have fun playing stuff for pre-patch. But what people do is people hated BFA, so people weren't playing. So they're trying to add in the subscription, being like, hey, this is a really good deal. Come back and play the game, and you'll get this cool new Transmog set essentially for free. And then once that goes away, it's going to be $20 for anyone that actually likes it. I don't really know if anyone actually likes it. But at the same time, like, yeah, being ugly aside, for cosmetic stuff, it doesn't matter. But it's just kind of funny that the featured thing is 6 months of game time when people are only logging in for pre-patch. And most people, when they play pre-patch, play it for like a month max. You know what I mean? It's just funny. Like, it's really just a thing of trying to get people to play their game. It's kind of like Heroes of the Storm. So, like, they think that they're doing so well promoting certain things in other games that it's actually working for, like, the population for the game. So, like, for example, Heroes of the Storm, there was a promotional thing where if you won either won or played a certain amount of matches, I don't remember which it was, you could get either a Diva or a Genji skin in Overwatch. Overwatch was really big at the time, and Heroes of the Storm, no one really likes Heroes of the Storm. I mean, you might like it, but if you do, it's like very, very niche. Most people don't like Heroes of the Storm. They ended up stopping Heroes of the Storm comp because it was so disliked. But it's just like, yeah, and it benefited from Heroes of the Storm, but it's so funny. I know, that's what I'm trying to explain, Moon. It's so, like, they literally had to promote something in a different game. They were literally like, no one is playing Heroes of the Storm, so we're going to make it so you have to win 10 Heroes of the Storm matches to get, I think it was the Diva Police skin. I think that's what it was. To get the Diva Police skin, because A, people loved Overwatch, B, people loved Diva, because they thought Diva was sexy. So it was just funny that they tried to make you play a game that you hated to boost their numbers for a different game. So it's just kind of like it correlates with this. Like, nobody is really playing for this 6 months, but you think it's a good deal buying 6 months worth of game time because you get the Transmog free when people aren't even playing. They're playing right now because of pre-patch, but you'll play for like a month and then you'll stop. Because nobody knows, like, there isn't a release date for Shadowlands, and Shadowlands was so effed. You know what I mean? It's just funny. I did end up liking Heroes of the Storm when I played it for those few matches, Paul. But yeah, there was one for a mount too. It's buy 6 months and you get this Transmog for free. That's now on the Mogstation for $20, and it's the first Transmog that's ever been on the cash shop. And again, hey, Crabmaster, and again, I don't care about a cash shop. And I really like the way that Square does it for 14, especially for events. Like, if you didn't take part in the events, and, you know, they'll be on like a year or two later, that's cool. Or there's some stuff that they're not putting on the Mogstation, like the Garo gear for that PvP season that everyone really loved. So you have, like, the gear, you know, for certain things that was really tough to achieve, that, like, once you achieved it, it was like, yeah, cool, I got this gear. But then you have other stuff that if you missed out on it, you could get it. But then at the same time, 14 also did the veteran rewards. So I forgot that I had even a sub to 14. And so I literally had, I I have the Cloud Advent Children garb. I have the Tantalus garb. I have the Squall garb. I have some other things. So 14 does that, plus they have the cash shop. So you got how many things for free? For WoW Anniversary, you get things that are consumables. You have to use them up. And sometimes you get a tabard for that gives you a buff for experience, you know? So at least like with the cash shop for 14, there's a lot of, you know, things to counter it. There's like offsets, you know what I mean? Plus, yeah, there's the seasonal event things. This is just, it's ugly. And they're just trying to inflate their numbers for subscriptions with that deal, which is also really funny. But do I care about a cash shop at all? As long as it's not pay to win, no. But I just don't like the way it's here, you know what I mean? We are learning of woes, yeah.
$20 to look like a fucking idiot. You pay $20 to look like a fucking idiot. And here's the worst part about this. Is this armor is completely 3D. Like, they put more work into this armor than they did.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. So, like, for 14, and I hate comparing the two, but realistically, since we're playing 14 and we're discussing this, and I'm discussing the cash shops and the different things, like, the aesthetics for the gear in 14, like, they actually have the team that makes it, thank you so much for the follow, they actually have a team that makes each glamour piece look exceptionally fitted, no matter what race you chose, right? So, like, of course, certain things look better on others, but for the most part, every single thing looks good, because they want things to be aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? And, right, like, one of the things that I, you know, in WoW, a lot of it is still 2D and it looks drawn on. And as much as I try to defend Blizzard, as much as I try to defend WoW, because I love both games. I do. I love both companies still, even with the shit that Activision Blizzard has been pulling. Like, I still love both games. But, like, there was just a Transmog contest that Asmon just did for EU. And he was looking at another warrior that was wearing this really cool chess piece. And it's, like, one of the only, like, 3D chess pieces that's, like, in the game at the moment. But it's done in such a weird way, and the coloring and the detail is so different.
Wherever you want.
That it is, thank you so much for the follow, that it is hard to put together with a Transmog set, because in WoW, I don't know if they added it for pre-patch, but like you couldn't dye things and such. So it was really hard to match with other sets. And so he was really excited to see this chess piece that was one of the only chess pieces that looked 3D. And now, the first Transmog set that's on the cash shop is a full 3D set. A full set. They don't even have stuff that's good in-game. Like, they don't even have stuff that's comparable. That's what's sad. And right, it could just be a culture thing. Whereas, like, people, you know, their team, because they're, you know, Japanese, and they like to care a lot about quality and even small details. It could be. I don't know. But it's just like... Right. That sucks. That sucks for people who actually play the game and are collectors. Regardless of how you feel about Asmongold, he really plays the game. He knows pretty much every single piece in the game and where it comes from, and knows that most of the stuff is 2D, and this is the first full 3D set, and you have to pay $20 to get it. That sucks. Yeah, and of course they'll have more soon. But the point is, they don't even have something that's comparable in-game to offset this. Like, at least in 14, you have cool stuff that you can get in-game, and if you want to buy something off the Mogstation, that's cool. But, like, if you want to have a full 3D set, regardless of how ugly it is, because it's very ugly, you have to buy it from the cash shop. That sucks. Like, I don't even care about cash shops. Like, whatever, but, like, that sucks. Especially when you play the game as much as someone like Asmon. You know what I mean? And you're a collector. That sucks. Right, if a close second was available, not even a close second, just something else that was 3D. Like, it's so it's so in your face.
The Nilotha armor.
No, he hasn't called
Like,
it
that's the worst part about it. So this is what happens. So because they make money off of it, they make it look really cool. And now they added a Transmog tab into the store. Think about that too. Now there's another tab into the store for more things that you can buy. Toys, transmogs, pets. The sad thing about it is that WoW fans are so fucking delusional that they just put up with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're okay with it. They're okay with paying a sub fee, buying expansions, and then having microtransactions tacked on top of that were made with their fucking money. Cock ass, man. This is embarrassing. It's their own fucking money. Like, they're having to pay for their own fucking money.
I'll help you level wherever you want.
This is worse than a bank.
Thank you for the follow.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about this at all.
I wouldn't be happy either if I was in his position.
Because this means, like, what do you think? Like, you think they added the tab because they're only going to add one into the game? What happens if they add a cool transmog set that looks cooler and more interesting than what we have in the games? Like, you feel compelled to have to buy that. Like, it just sucks, man. And this is the second time they've done this. Well, third if you include the Mists of Pandaria helmets. Because back in the day, well, you also got the Shadowlands set as well for pre-ordering. It's like at a certain point, you just get demoralized to the point where it's like, okay, Blizzard's just they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And it's such a shame. It really is such a fucking shame.
Yeah, chat, you bring up a good point, though. Because, like, that's the thing, too. Like, if people buy this set, if people buy the stuff, and they realize that people, like, because they don't have 3D sets in-game, they could be like, yeah, and it's proper business. It really is. It's proper business supply and demand. They could be like, you know, let's put another 3D set on the Mogstation if people, you know, like that so much. And we'll make this one actually look cooler. And we're going to keep the full 3D sets out of the game for now, but we know that people want them. So we'll put them on the Mogstation, which again is proper business practice for supply and demand and monopolizing that area, yes. But they could price gouge it even more. Which there's, you know, like positives and negatives to this. Like, yeah, it's good business practice. Yeah, it actually helps, you know, possibly, I don't know where the money goes. It could help the devs get paid instead of getting in-store item or in-game items. I don't know. But that's what's even funnier. They're paying the devs. They're paying these devs with in-game items. They're paying these devs with in-game items instead of increasing their salaries or their hourly pay or however the hell they get paid. But the in-game items aren't even as good as the shit that they're creating for the store. That's so convoluted. Like, oh, well, we'll give you this, you know, extra experience buff. We'll give you this pet that has like a 0.05% drop rate. But the cool shit's on the store. We're not going to give you that. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so sad that it's funny. Like, and I don't even care about cash shops. But, like, when you think of all of the different things like that, it's like, I don't know. I still haven't even decided if I'm coming back for Shadowlands because of the way they've been acting. And they're not making it better. This isn't even anything that's affecting the expansion, but it's just sleazy. But at the same time, I do see the business aspect of it, and it's really good. I mean, if you can do it without making yourself look sleazy, it's really good business practice. But they're making themselves look sleazy, and that's the shitty thing.
Read the description for toys in the toy store? Okay. Summon an ethereal transmorpher who can change your appearance into a random powerful creature. For a limited time, a portion of the proceeds for this sale and product will fund the World of Warcraft 2019 prize pool. Yeah, I mean, like that's what it is.
Yeah,
for a limited time. Yeah, it's like they use that as like a soft way to add in a microtransaction, and then because community is like the community is just so stupid, they're completely.
Also, this video came out a couple of days ago, which means that they have not updated the descriptions on the cash shop. Will fund the 2019 esports? Last I checked, it's almost 2021. I do the same thing of what? What do you mean? I'm not saying that it's not proper business practice. I mean, it is. It's very smart. I just think they're doing it in a very scummy way. That item isn't new, but they haven't updated it, is what I'm saying. That's what's funny. It still says that it's funding the 2019 esports league. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that transactions are bad at all. I'm saying that the way that they're doing it is bad. And to be fair, I also have, if you're not, like, no, you're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. But I don't have it on right now because for some reason my PC is being dumb. But I also have, what is the Franker Faces add-on for my stream. So even if you aren't subscribed, there are other emotes that you can use that you normally wouldn't be able to use in my stream, like KekW. But it's not showing up right now because my Franker Faces extension isn't working because none of my stream stuff is working today. So, but yeah, normally you would be able to look at my emotes and you would see that I have Franker Faces enabled, and there are other emotes that you can use with Franker Faces that you don't have to be subscribed for. And to be fair, it's not a bad joke. I'm not upset. This is great. This is really good discussion. This is awesome. So, the other thing too, like going that route is like KekW. But for, so normally if I have that extension going, my freaking thing isn't working. But normally when you do type the KekW, it actually shows up in my stream as long as people have that extension. So you have extra emotes even if you're not subscribed. And then the other thing is that there are some streamers who will only play with people if they subscribe to them. Whereas, like, I see my viewers as more of a community. You know what I mean? So, like, as much as it's amazing that we do things out of, like, support, and I know it looks like he's listening to what I have to say, and he's like, bitch. As much as I think it's amazing that I'm able to do this full time, and as much as I am ridiculously amazed at the amount of support I've gotten to be able to do this full time, and yeah, I don't even care about cash shops, and I'm not upset about capitalism at all, and I'm not upset about Twitch and emotes or any of this stuff. It is proper business practice. I just think they're doing it in a very sleazy way. So when you do it in a certain sleazy way, it's going to turn people away from wanting to make those microtransactions. So I'm not saying that the microtransactions are bad. I'm saying that the way that the business is doing it is bad because it's going to turn people off from the game, and it's going to turn people off from the company, and they're not going to make those transactions. So that's what I'm trying to get at. But anyway, so back to what I was trying to say about, so what they do is there are certain streamers, and again, I don't care about how people stream at all. So let me just put that out there. But the way I do it is I don't just play with people that are subscribed. Like, I don't just do things with people that are subscribed. Like, I appreciate people that have subbed more than anything. And so I have certain incentives to make it so that Like if we hit a certain amount of subs, I'll do like a giveaway for the whole community, or I'll do like subscriber only giveaways that I'll post in Discord, or Patreon only things, which so like that buyer consumer seller consumer type thing. So we do have that going. But I'm not the type of streamer that would only play with people that are subscribed. Morally, I can't do that. And especially like the reason that I started streaming was to meet people. Like I never expected stream to take off, and I never expected the amount of people that we have to actually want to be subscribed to me or to support and promote the content and help it so that I can make a living doing this. I would have never thought of that. I always wanted to be an author. So I was stuck in a dead-end job where there was like no other way that I could, like be promoted. There was no room to grow. And now I'm doing this, and there's like so many doors that are open because I just wanted to do something that was fun and have a community of people that I could actually talk to. You know what I mean? Like the amount of people that I've actually met out here, or like that I was working with, or when I was in this kickball league out here, like the amount of people that were actually interested in the things that I was interested in were slim to none. So it's amazing having this area, this outlet, that I can talk about the things that I love and discuss the things that I love and have positive or negative feedback that I can take from this and be like, okay, this is what I have to change. This is what I have to do. And to have that community, and the fact that I can now do it for a living based on the fact that people are okay with those microtransactions that come with Twitch, or those ads that come with YouTube, or just wanting to support full out on like Patreon or donations, is insane. It's absolutely insane. And because of that, that success is the best term I can think about for it, that we've had, I would never play things with only subs. I would never say, well, only subs can be my friend. I would never say, well, only subs can get a follow back on Twitter. Or I would never say that only subs, a big thing when people started, thank you so much for the follow, a big thing when they started doing the affiliate program, instead of just having so it used to be that you would stream and then you would try to get partner, and only partners would have this, all of these extra amenities, if you want to call them, extra incentives to stream on Twitch. And then right when they changed it to the affiliate program was right when Snapchat became a big thing. And so one of people's big incentives for subscribers was, well, if you subscribe, I'll give you my Snapchat. If you subscribe at this tier, I'll follow you back, or whatever, however the hell you say it on Snapchat. So I'll do this back on Snapchat so that not only will you see my pictures, but I'll see your pictures and video, which mainly are dick pics, by the way. So I never actually check my Snapchat. I just post my going live in my story. But I didn't do that. I literally just said, well, this is one of the ways that I promote my stream. So, like, the only reason that I even have social media is to promote the stream, for the most part. But I also like meeting people. So, like, I'll post other things, like the Wheel of Time series thing on Twitter, where I was like, oh, I've been trying to read, this book, and I'm not sure if I can actually get into it. How many people have read the Wheel of Time series? Did you like it? One of the biggest posts I've ever had on Twitter for analytics. One of the biggest ones. Just because I wanted to connect with people. But there were people that when they first started the affiliate program for Twitch, that would literally be like, well, if you subscribe at this tier, you'll get my Snapchat. If you subscribe at this tier, I'll follow you back on Snapchat. Whatever. I don't care about that. I don't care how people, do their streams. But because it's more of a community for me, and because I actually like that you guys like listening to what I have to say, which is, it's fucking amazing. It's the coolest thing. And it's the coolest thing to do this. And now, like with stream, with doing this full time, I could have time to write the book I want to do. I could have time to do, more with YouTube. I could have time to, do like the Pathfinder campaign that I want to do for YouTube, kind of like the D&D stuff for whatever. Yeah, they do send a notification if you screenshot it. But regardless, that's the difference, I think. So, like, the point that I'm trying to make is, and I normally don't talk about, because it's kind of a political thing, I normally don't talk about things like this on stream. I rant, yeah, sure, but I normally don't talk about things that could be considered like a political issue. I am fine with capitalism, and business practices and coming out ahead. I'm not against it. But I think that there are better ways to do it than others. And I think that what we have here, so yes, this is a business. Yes, this is what I do now for my career. And I love telling people that this is what I do. I love telling people this because yesterday I had to have my dad do other stuff with my car to get ready for driving out to move. And people were like, "Oh, what are you doing now?" And I try to play it down a little bit, and I try to say, "Well, I stream." And then someone else in the room will be like, "She plays video games for a living," and people will be like, "What? That's what you do? That's so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I do." No, nobody really says that. They're, for the most part, they're just like, "I can't believe that you're making that work. That's amazing." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, it is." I have amazing people. So what I'm getting at, yeah, clip it, is I like to think that with the way that I'm doing this, there are better business practices than others, and there are better ways to get people to trust your business. So do I think microtransactions are bad? No. Do I think that Blizzard is doing it in a very poor way and introducing certain things on the Cash Shop in a very poor way? Yes. Do I think that 14 does it in a way that's acceptable, in a way that is more, like, while they're having that supply and demand, that they know that they have, at the same time they're doing it in a way that's like, here's these things that you could have gotten in game before, but if you missed it, now you can get it on the Cash Shop if you prefer. And I think that the way that 14 does it, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack when I put this up on YouTube, but I think the way that 14 does this is so much better. And that's what I'm talking about with business practices. You trust the devs and the people who are handling all of this, back end, like, money and accounting situation better for 14 and for Square than you trust Activision Blizzard right now. So you're more apt, regardless of what the transmog or the in-game or the game that you, the item that you can't get in-game looks like, regardless of the price, you're more apt to spend that money on the Mogstation than you are on the Blizzard Cash Shop. Does that make sense? Does all of that make... I know that I went all this way instead of going a straight line, but does that make sense with what I'm trying to say? And what I'm trying to say with, like, the difference between... Again, I don't care how people take care of things morally. I don't care what you do for stream. I don't care what people do for subs. I don't care what people do for donations. But I'm trying to convey the difference between Square/14 and Activision Blizzard and World of Warcraft and other streamers and myself. That makes sense? I know I went like 20 different degrees, 6 degrees of separation to get to this, but you know what I mean? Hell's no on top of your sub. Yeah, exactly. Right, because of the quality and the trust that's there. So with my community, it's more of, I appreciate the conversation more than anything. And yeah, it's a big step, and I appreciate you guys thinking that I'm brave for doing this full time without knowing what my income will be. But it's just like, I'm happy, and it's what I want to do. I'm not as stressed out. And I have room to do other things that I might want to do. I publish a book, self-publish it on Amazon or do whatever. In that case. So that's what I think differentiates my stream from other streamers. And that's what I think differentiates 14 from World of Warcraft right now. I love both games. I do. but I can't defend this. Aw, thank you so much, Cass. But yeah, so anyway, back to the video.
Be okay
Sorry.
with allowing these things to happen because there's some silver lining on it that allows them to rationalize their mindless consumerism. I'm fucking mad.
Yeah.
I give my money to this game than any other, though. But you already do! You already do! You give them money every month! You give them money every fucking year for an expansion! You already do give them the money! You already give them the money twice! And they're saying, I'm gonna fucking get you to pay for your own money! You gotta pay for your own money! Where's the salt? I'm so close to putting salt on my...
So it's so great because he actually is, like, obviously this is his Asmongold channel, and so he is acting, but there are certain times when you can tell that he is actually, like, really laughing at something or really angry about something, and he's legitimately really angry about this right now. Like, he's legitimately, like, he's actually angry about this. Yeah, maybe if they added more patches too. And the other thing that he just mentioned is as well, so like the stuff that was like, oh, well, a portion of this will go to the esports. Well, A, it's outdated because it says 2019 esports. B, if you've put in that time and effort and they host esports competitions, that should be their own money. Like, it shouldn't say, I get it, I do. As a reinvestment of funds for it, sure. But it just sounds so douchey because they should be providing that pool, you know what I mean? And yeah, it is optional. It just, I don't know. I just think the way that they're going about it and the way they word things sucks. But I also think that his reaction is really funny.
I have. I'm so close to doing it. Someone says if it helps, the wings are bugged. And they don't move whenever you're on a mount.
That's funny.
Good. Good. And you know what's so fucking funny about that? Is you can bet your fucking dick that they're gonna fix that by tomorrow. But the problems in the game that have been around and plaguing the player base? We're working on it! Is this your fault for making Transmog popular? Fuck.
Oh my god! So on top of this dude wearing the new Transmog in-game, his guild is OnlyFans. My hat is off to you, Reformed Mage. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Yep. And to make it even better, even though he was talking about them fixing that bug probably the next day, it's still funny that you're spending $20 on something that is bugged. Oh, God. It looks a lot better.
That's another one.
It looks a lot better in-game than in the portrait,
Damn
though.
it.
I will say that.
Tweet it out to Blizzard.
I'd love to be the
For
GM
what?
of that, man.
For I regret everything. This is ridiculous. Just wait until Blizzard puts raid tier sets up in the store. They're not going to put raid tier sets in the store. They're going to put every new season. Here's what I think they're going to do. Every new season, they're going to probably add in a new set that you can buy. And the set that you can buy is going to have equivalent quality to the raid sets. So, no, they're not going to do it like that, but they're going to add in that instead. That's what's going to happen. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be like, oh, they're just going to put in the raid sets to the store. No, they're going to have other things. Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, I know,
They already have
Zilio.
these
That's
ideas,
what I was
okay?
trying to explain earlier. But it really doesn't look as ugly on a character
But I'm not focusing on more
as it does in
streams.
the shop.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, I'm critical of business practices that I consider unethical. I'm also critical of the people that enable those business practices. I think these are enablers of things that are unfair and unfun and manipulative to the consumer.
I dislike them. I wouldn't go that far. See, this is what I was trying to explain earlier. Like, yeah, it's a business practice. Yeah, there's a supply and a demand. Do I think that Activision Blizzard has been really shitty and so they've lost people's trust? Yes. Absolutely. But do I think that the people that are buying the transmog are bad people or enablers? No. Absolutely not. If they like the item and they want to spend the money on the item, then go ahead and spend the money on the item. It's the same thing with any cash shop. If you like it enough, you want to spend your money on it, then spend your money on it. Who cares? Who cares? I wouldn't go this far. I actually like Asmongold. I like his streams, but I would not, regardless of how angry I was about a subject, I would never demoralize another player for something that they have interest in and something that they want to spend money on because it's really none of your business. Like, I'm sorry, but that's, I know that he's angry. I know that he's angry. But at the same time, and I know that this is his persona, so I don't know if what he's saying is actually like his persona or if it's Zach. See, with me, you have Zan and you have Megan. When I stream, like it's literally me. I act the same way off stream as I do on stream. So it's hard for me to judge when it's actually people's characters on stream. I'm with Asmon for most stuff. For most things about this, I am. But at the same time, it's not like, I mean, I'm not going to judge somebody because they spent money on an item that was on the store that they thought was cool. I mean, and that could just be me. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not going to, like, if someone goes on the store and they buy like that snowman outfit from 14 off the Mogstation, I don't really like that outfit. Some people buy it just for the helm, you know? It's not right, but I'm saying that there's a difference between caring if people buy the item and saying that they're enabling than actually going around in the city and finding people and having people come up to you that are wearing it and like and talking them, you know, talking down about them. Like, I'm not going to say that a player is a douchebag for buying something. Yeah. That's dumb. I get what he's trying to say, and I get what you guys are trying to say. But what I'm saying is that regardless of what people buy, I wouldn't be like, well, this person's a douchebag for buying it. That's stupid. That's dumb. Or at least I wouldn't do it on stream.
I don't think that they should exist. We pay for this game, and we also pay a sub fee. I do not think
it's
this
never
game
black and
needs
white.
cosmetic
exactly.
microtransactions.
Which is why I like
on top
discussing
of
this
that.
stuff. It's fun.
It's too much. What city you have there, friend? Yeah, it's real fucking nice, dude. Nice mount. It's too much, man. That's your opinion? Yes, it is my opinion. Of course it is my opinion. I'm gonna go to Moonguard. I'm going to Moonguard right now. Wait, I just checked my gifts on Battle.net. Blizzard gave me the Steam Scale Incinerator from Blizzard on July 9th. They actually gave me this mount. They're trying to tempt me. But Jesus in the desert for 40 fucking days said to the devil, he said, no, I don't want your water. I don't want your shelter. I am a righteous man. I will not fall prey to sin.